Hey guys, how's it going? It's Blaze, and I just wanted to pop in with a little video just kind of discussing the One Piece TCG market and kind of where we're at with that. Things have been super wild recently. It seemed like it might be a pump and dump kind of bubble forming, and people still think that. But as time has gone on, the market seems to be showing a lot of strength, and I just kind of want to talk about some of the different products, what I think is going to retain value, what I don't think is going to retain value, the stuff that seems like a real pattern that's emerging that's going to hold, as well as some of the things that seem like maybe they are pretty blatant market manipulation in some cases. So, yeah, let's check some of this stuff out. Obviously, you're going to see things you'd expect to see at the top, right? Romance Dawn, booster box cases, OPO1 stuff. That's real. This is gonna stay really high. Luffy manga red rare. This is probably pretty real. I mean, I don't know about this exact price. There's only one listing, but it's these are gonna sell for something ridiculous. These are extremely rare. We got OPO5 boxes now, all the way up to $800 as of this morning. These have been on a rise from about 400 all the way up. So we've got a 144% price increase on these. Now, some people are saying they think this is pump and dumping, this is fake. I'm not sure how fake this is. Maybe $800 is fake, but they're consistently selling at this price, and I honestly feel like the anniversary sets, now that we're 3 years in, I think we're going to see serious value held in these anniversary sets. People know how intensely deep these anniversary sets are. If we go and look at the singles, especially from OPO5, I mean, you've got the Gear 5 manga. This is always going to be one of the most expensive mangas in the game. And then on top of that, you've got the stamp signature Oda card. I don't think people knew how valuable this was when it came out. But yeah, see 4,000 PSA 10 at 8K. There's so much value in this card. This hasn't been a card that there's been anything like since. We haven't had any other signature cards like this. And there hasn't been any more original art from Oda outside of the Dodgers Luffy, right? So this, to me, was an undervalued card previously. I don't think this is getting pumped up. I think this is actually hitting what its real value is now. Same thing with some of these SPs. This Nami, this was always up there. That's a moderately played. Near mint is more like 400. That's legit to me. This Yamato, we're sitting at close to 300, around 250 something. We got, okay, well, somebody sold one for 150, but yeah, 250, 300. I think 300 is a little much. 250. It seems like it's gonna be hanging out in the 200 plus range. I think this is right. When this was $100, that was severely undervalued, right? These SPs, if you've seen them in person, they're crazy, right? This might be a little overvalued because I think there are people who want to get like a budget version of the Gear 5 manga, but there's a lot going on with this set, and it's the first anniversary set, right? That's the thing you got to realize. Anniversary sets are a known quantity now. People understand how valuable they are, and I think they're here to stick around. You see other boxes going for, similar prices. The EBO1, also 800. People know what the EB sets are now. Like, we've had EBO1, we've had EBO2. These are not sets that get reprinted, right? People understand that now. People understand there's inherent value to them. Now, is the value in the depth of the set itself? Not really, right? Like, this stuff is, you've got the Chopper manga. This seems a little inflated to me. Where are the sales at? Yeah, it's just 1,500 seems right. 1,500 seems right. You know, even you were seeing a 10 graded going for less, but I think this is a price that's going to stick around. 1,500. Maybe not. Maybe it's more like 1,000. This is not a super expensive manga. The value of this set, I don't think, is in the value of the actual cards, really, right? Like, because the next best thing is what you've got. You know, 160. I mean, this is pretty decent, but like, if that's the second highest value card in the entire set, you know, Cavendish is back up a little bit. You got to reprint that, dipped it there, but the alt is kind of back to where it was. It's not really about that though, right? It's about the fact that you have an unopened box of a short printed 01 set here, right? And the chopper on the front is great. This is just a really attractive product to sealed collectors based on the value of the sealed product itself. I don't think this is overvalued. I think this is going to stay kind of where it's at. Some of these SPs you're seeing are going to start going up. This boa, like this to me, I don't love this card, but I don't know if this is really inflated, right? Like we're seeing SPs are really tracking, right? Like this boa here too, up to 620. I think this one's way better. Maybe I'm biased because I actually own this one. I think having seen them both in person, if you've seen this card in person, you know how incredible it looks. But let's go to OPO9, right? So OPO9 booster boxes have also been on the rise. We're up to $399, so $400. I think that's more like what they should be. They were going for like 180 to 200 for a while. I thought that was really undervalued, to be honest. I mean, you've got the huge chase here, the Gold Roger at 9K. But after that, it's the whole set isn't leaning on that, right? This Luffy here, the what is it? The Wano Luffy, great card. This Shanks manga, I think this is better than the OPO1 Shanks manga personally. I like this art a lot more. The Teach is great. The Buggy, you know, it is what it is. But these SPs, you know, this Nami SP, I mean, this thing's up to nearly $1,000. This feels a little pumped because people are treating Nami like, you know, it's maybe not the Charizard, but up there in those top tiers of stuff, right? But I think this is, you know, like 750, 600, maybe even 800. I think you are gonna see sales happening there. 950. I mean, this feels a little ridiculous. This seems like a buyout, right? Like this seems kind of manipulated. I don't think this is entirely accurate. But you look at the Boa, right? And I think Boa, maybe not as popular as Nami, but also up there, like one of the top tier, I guess, waifu cards in the overall game. This is chilling at like 500 to 600. It looks pretty consistently we're seeing sales at 600. I don't think this is inflated, right? Like we're seeing a good amount of listings here. This feels real, and this feels like it's going to keep going up. I think this is going to keep going up. You look at, this is a near mint. This is going to sell, and then you got Lightly Played at 630, near mint again. 700. This is on its way to 700. 100%. This is on its way to 700. I believe that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this is going to continue to get sold and go on its way to 700. Maybe it'll take longer to get there. The Zoro SP, also on its way up, around 500. These SPs are starting to see their actual value. These wanted posters, people are starting to see their actual value, which means people are realizing how much value there actually is in the set. To me, this is a set that's great to invest in, right? Like this treasure rare is coming up too. People are starting to understand how rare these are. And it's got a lot of depth in the hits that you can get. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at sealed in general more. If you look at... I want to avoid cases for right now. I'm more interested in individual boxes. So PRBO1, this to me I think is legitimate at 720. This has a manga god pack you can get in it, right? That's really all you need to hear. This is the only set that has this many potential mangas in it, and then there's also the gold dons. So there's a lot of value here, right? Now, granted, that value slopes off pretty quick, but I mean, even some of these alt arts, the ones that are meta relevant at the moment, you know, this Sure Hoshi's going for over $100. It's a good set. It's a good set to invest in. I don't think this is inflated. I don't think this is pumped. Stuff like this I'm a little bit skeptical of, right? It's 4 packs, 2 OPO9, 2 OPO8, and then 2 promos. What are those promos, right? You got the Rob Lucci illustration. This is a $70 card, not even $70 card, 60-something card. High sale at $74. The Bonnie illustration box. Okay, I guess the Bonnie is going for a lot, but I don't think, like, this feels also very fake. This feels, yeah, I mean, I don't know. 150, 130. Like, I don't see any people buying this for $400. That seems really insane and ridiculous. And if you're thinking of this as, okay, so there's actually like $200 worth of cards in here, maybe a little more. Does the box itself make up a $500 difference? I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but like sealed collecting of this kind of thing isn't as much of a thing in One Piece. You know, you're seeing the actual sales, like 400, maybe, yeah, I mean, 400, I could see that. You know, it's like 200 in cards and then 200 in the sealed box itself. Okay, sure. Yeah, for a display thing, like an illustrator box, I can see that. 700, that's fake. No one's buying that. Do not buy that for $700. You're stupid if you do. I'm sorry. It is what it is. You know, these anniversary sets, these are real. Stuff like this, Pillars of Strength, 340. Like, why? Why exactly, right? You've got the worst manga, according to the market. I actually really like this manga. I think this is a really underrated manga. I would love to own this. If somebody wants to sell it, I mean, I don't think I'd buy it for 700. If somebody wants to sell this to me for $500, I would buy this for $500. Sure, hit me up. I'll do it. It's not a super high value set though. Like, the top card you can get in it is, let's say $500 or $600 of like real value, right? The next one's the Nami. Obviously, this is a very beloved leader, although it's banned. Beloved by some people, hated by others. But it's a very impactful leader, right? Like, this card, it changed the game. This is a card that had a serious legacy behind it, right? If you're a player of the game. And then the rest of these are these wanted posters. These are probably some of the worst wanted posters. Even though they're the first, I don't know about this. This feels bought out. Yeah, I mean, this is like a, I could see it for 200, 300. Not 400. That's fake. 150, sure. You know, but the top chase is like 600, and then you go down to 300, whatever. You know, is that really worth the cost of this box? I'm not sure. This feels a little pumped. Not a lot of listings, right? People are buying them at this price, but I don't know. It seems It's an old set, I get that, but it's the third set, you know, it's not the first set or something. Same kind of deal with Paramount War. I mean, you know, you're gonna see sales. Like 400 is the most recent. It jumps up $100 at the most recent sale. Before that, you're getting like 250. I think 250, 300 makes sense. 400, 450, 500. I don't think so. Because what do you really have in here, right? It's the second set. You got this Ace manga. This even feels a little overvalued. Yeah, see, I think. Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe this actually is. I think 1700's probably. I think somebody will buy this close to that. You know, lots of sales for 1500. Let's say this is at least a $1,500 card. That makes sense. The fall off is crazy though. I mean, this feels kind of unnecessary. I know that the Whitebeard had a big impact, but like this feels pretty bought out, you know? It's 5 listings. I just don't really see the actual value being in the box. Like I don't think people are buying this to rip it. I think the value is purely in the fact that it is 02. But you know, 02 to 01, I don't see it going up crazy past where it is. I think 400, you know, maybe that's like about as high as you get. OP11, to me, I think this is going to go up. I think this is going to continue to go up. You're going to see a strong amount just because of the lottery nature of it and how nice these SPs are. If you've seen these SPs in person, you know how nice these SPs are. It's not the deepest set ever, but you've got obviously the golden Luffy. This is a huge hit. You got the silver version, another huge hit, multi-$1,000s. This card has exploded. I feel like an idiot. I sold one of these for 700 last month. Should have held on, man. I mean, what are they actually selling for? Yeah, I mean, this is about where I let mine go. So, I mean, I guess I didn't get completely ripped off, but like this is definitely going to go up. This is going to continue to go up. It's a Gear Luffy transformation. It's going to continue to go up. I should not have sold this. This is a great card. If you have this, hold on to it. These SPs, like I got one of these, I'm holding on to this. This is going up every day. I think this is going to continue to go up. I think people understand how valuable some of these SPs are when they were a little bit undervalued before, potentially. I think this is an underrated set. I think this set is going to do quite well over time. This Sanji is down, but it's going to go back up. Yeah, especially as, I mean, UP Luffy, from a player perspective, UP Luffy just won Nats in Japan. So this is on the way back up. This guy's making a comeback. OP11 is making a comeback from a player perspective, and from a collector perspective, I think this is going to go up considerably. I would buy into this now if you have the money. I don't have the money right now. It's the holiday, you know. But if I did, I would. This, and so this is kind of like the other side of the coin, right? Is if this whole thing, if the full One Piece prices are all inflated, why isn't this inflated, right? Because nobody wants this set. I mean, it's going back up to MSRP, but it's not going beyond MSRP. Nobody wants this, right? So this is real to me. Like, this is, you know, not a valuable set. People don't like it. It's not being pumped. And the same thing for OP10, right? Nobody wants this. This is not a great set. It is, it is maybe a little bit harshly being evaluated. I mean, I think some of these SPs are nice. That's not, yeah. Oh, well, I guess Usohachi's just down a lot from what it was. People don't like this manga too much. I think this manga is a little underrated. I think it's pretty cool. I have more love for OP10 than a lot of people do. I don't think it's great. This right now feels super underrated. I think OP12 is going to make a comeback to some degree. This manga is going to go up. This is a very undervalued manga. This Teach, I don't know if it's going to go up or not. I don't think it's the best one of these gold treatment SPs. I mean, it's not close to Luffy, but like this set has some stuff going on. This Zoroark SP, people like this. I don't think this is a great set. It's not going to stay under MSRP though. Like I think this is a pretty safe buy at $109. You see it going down right now. It's going to come back up. It's not going to stay under MSRP. And so I think at first I really thought that, you know, all this stuff was a bubble, that this whole rise in the One Piece economy was a bubble and that it was all market manipulation. I don't think it entirely is. I think some of it is, but I don't think all of it is. I mean, because if it was, you'd be seeing full buyouts on even these sets people don't want, right? Because these crypto bros, these pokey bros, like they don't know. Really. I mean, they can look and see what's valuable, but like they don't understand the reputations that these sets have at all. So I think they would be buying whatever they can get with like cheaper stuff. I think some of this stuff would be a lot higher priced. These illustration boxes would be higher priced. Some of these premium collections would be higher priced, would be getting bought out. But they're not really, right? People, I mean, they're going to rise. Everything's on the rise for the most part, but I don't see this as being entirely manipulation. I think there is some. I think some stuff is getting pumped. Like, for example, Nami. Wonder if you type in Gengar Nami, does it come up? The Nami promo. This, okay. Yeah, okay, see, this is back down. So this was pumped. You see the big spike here. The high sale price is at $50. People tried to pump this. It didn't work. Like, people don't actually care about this card. Nobody plays this card. There's no decks that run this card. People tried to pump it because they thought that Zeus looked like Gengar in the picture, right? Like, that's stupid. That's attempted market manipulation, and it didn't work, right? So, to me, that actually shows the resilience of the real base for this game, right? Something like that was completely unsuccessful. People came in that didn't know the property, didn't know the value of what they had. They tried to pump stuff and it didn't work, right? So, you know, a lot of this is, that's funny. No current listings though. A lot of this feels pretty backed up, right? I don't think some of these are completely unreasonable. This guy's been on a run. Where are we at with this? $200. Well, verified 220. But this is consistent, right? Like this has been gaining over time. Okay, wow, it actually spiked up pretty hard here, but where's sales? Yeah, it's like 200. A little over 200. But this is a really nice card, right? Like, it's the, you know, on the way to battle at Onigashima, the art, Straw Hats all going in there. This is, to me, this is a really nice card. I like this card. Maybe I'm biased. I own that card. It's cool. Some of this stuff, the textured foil regional stuff, like this feels kind of fake. I don't think people are actually buying these that much. Well, I guess they are. Maybe I'm wrong. From what I've seen, a lot of vendors like don't care about these. Where's the convention Luffy? expansion promo. So yeah, this one's on a run up. The real valued one is the foil one though. I don't think, I'm not sure how you find this. Let me make a new tab, go to Google. Convention Luffy foil promo card. Yeah, like I'm not sure where you find the foil version of this, but if you go to ebay.com, let me see, convention Luffy foil card. People are selling these. I mean, this is like kind of crazy, right? I don't think people are buying this for $2,000, but yeah, you're seeing them sell for 450, 500 in the sheet, 450, 550. I mean, this might be pumped. It's hard for me to say. This feels a little crazy. 300. But at the same time, it's an exclusive Luffy foil that's like not going to get reprinted, right? You could only get this by being at this event. So maybe it's not. This is where it's more of a gray area for me. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? You let me know in the comments. I'm curious. Is more of this stuff than I am saying pumped? Is less of it pumped? Is this all legit? Is it a bubble? Do we think it's gonna crash? Do we think it's all gonna hold? I think some of this stuff's gonna hold. Like OP01. These are not going anywhere. Is the set super deep? Not really. Like honestly, you should never ever rip this set. It makes no sense to rip this, especially a blue bottom. But the box itself being the first one piece TCG box, that in and of itself gives it a lot of value, right? So OP01, the first wave, it's not gonna go down. It's gonna stay at a really, really high value. Now, the rest of some of this stuff, Kingdoms of Intrigue. I think EBO2, I think this is probably actually gonna stay up there pretty high. I mean, you go to EBO2 and these reprint leader foils are all really nice. This misprint Vegapunk, I love this. The Gear 2 Luffy obviously is huge. I don't think this is fake. I think it looks like bought out. But the thing about it is I think people are pulling their listings. I think people don't want to let this card go for $2,000 because they know how insane of a grail this card actually is. This is one of the nicest cards in the entire game. This is one of the best mangas that has ever been printed. It's one of the best panels that's ever been printed in the whole series. One of the best arcs that's ever been printed in the whole series, Water 7. People who actually know One Piece understand what level of card this is, and they see where the market's going, and they're not gonna sell this thing. They're not listing them. I mean, I have one of these. I would never list it. I'm not gonna list it for years. I'll give this like at least 5 years before I would even think about it. And a lot of people know that. I think pretty much most owners of this card know not to sell the thing right now because it's going to keep going up. This is not fake. This is real. Maybe I'm biased. I don't think so. I think that's really obvious to anybody who can just look at the page. This is a pretty cool card. I don't know about 470. It's at least a $400 card though. This is a very rare leader from the set because it's sharing a slot with all these other leaders. So, you know, it's not going for as much as some of the fan favorite characters like the, you know, the Bonnie, the Yamato, the misprinted Vegapunk. Reiju, I mean, I don't think people like actually care about the Reiju too much. Yeah, I know. But these are all super, super rare because they all share the same slot. Boa Hancock, I mean, this got, yeah, completely bought out. Looks like that makes sense. It's Boa. But it's sharing a slot with all these, right? So this is actually a pretty tough card. There's more listings, but like not reasonable ones. I mean, you go to page 2 and it's going to be goofy stuff. Yeah, like $2,000. Nobody's doing that. But this is going to hold value for sure. EBO2 is going to hold value. It's got original anime and manga art. The Sanji and Pudding alternate arts. I mean, these have actually gone down a lot. But people are going to realize how amazing the art is on a lot of this stuff. This might be a little bit inflated, but I think these EB sets, people understand that EB stuff doesn't get reprinted, and they're going to want to hold this. EB sets, anniversary sets, I would say any of these EB or anniversary sets, this stuff's pretty real. This stuff's here to stay. OP 02, 3, 6, 7, you know, not the best. Probably not going to go super high. So, yeah, we'll see where things go from here. But anyway, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Please leave your takes in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm right. And I appreciate you being here. Take it easy. See you next time. Peace.